Hi, I'm Doug and welcome to Sequel Theater. Today I want to share with you a couple of tips I have on different ways that you can get focus on your camera when shooting video of yourself and it's just you doing the shooting, meaning there's nobody behind the camera to push any buttons for you. It's all up to you to make things happen. Getting focus can be kind of a pain. But today I'm going to share with you a couple of tips on the ways that I've done it and the way that I like the best. And hopefully you'll be able to get focus quickly and move on to just shooting the material you want to shoot without worrying if your face is going to be blurry. Okay, so here's where I would normally be standing. And what we're going to do is take a look around here at the cameras we've got set up. So over here, I've got on the left, the Panasonic G7. This is what I use to shoot the wide shot. And on the right is the Panasonic GH4. And it's got a bigger lens on it. It's actually a Canon lens. And what we're going to do is try to get focus on the Canon with this first method. So you notice that there is probably, there's compression in the lens, but basically, it's about 7 or 8 feet from where I'm standing to where the center of the camera body is. And one way that you can get focus is to approximate how far away you are and then just use that number to get focus on the lens itself. That's okay, but chances are you're going to be off by a little bit. And to make matters worse, this G7 doesn't have anything that allows you to get that same number. So that method is already out for one of my cameras. I don't really like using that method anyway. Like I said, it's kind of imprecise. Now there's a second way that we can do this. You'll notice that they're both Panasonic cameras. And what I'm going to show you is an app that comes with Panasonic cameras that allows you to control them remotely. Most interchangeable lens cameras, whether they're DSLRs or mirrorless cameras, will allow you to control the body remotely. Now the remote control may be a little physical clicker with a button that you click to push the shutter, or it could be with an app that runs on a laptop or a mobile device. And this is common amongst major manufacturers like Panasonic, Sony, Canon, Nikon, and so on. Now in Panasonic's case, with the camera that I'm shooting on right now, they make something called the Image app, and it allows me some different functions here. I can get focus, I can change the shutter speed, aperture, things like that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to deliberately blur the lens, and then I'm going to use this app to try to get focus back without ever going back to the camera to try to do it from behind. Serious business. Be serious. All right, well, don't worry, you're not legally blind. You don't suddenly need LASIK surgery or anything like that. I've deliberately blurred the focus on this camera to see if I can get this Image app to get the correct autofocus. So hopefully I'll put you out of your misery in just a moment. Tap here and see if I come into focus. Not bad. So using this Image app, I'm able to get myself in focus from here without going back behind the camera and hitting the shutter button myself. There is a third way that I like to get focus. It's actually my favorite way, and I find that it's a little more precise than even what I just did with the camera now. It's to use an object in my place and then actually go behind the camera to get focus. A third way to get focus, and this is my personal favorite, is to use a stand-in of some kind. Some sort of object that will take my place as I go back behind the camera and push the button to make sure that I'm in focus. Now, I used to hang a rope from the ceiling, just dangle it straight down and have it right where my eyes would be and get focus that way. And it's important that you focus on your eyes. It could be that other parts of your body, your shoulders may be behind your eyes, your chest may be in front, but you want to make sure that your eyes are the one part of your body that are really in focus. That's the most important thing. If I'm not hanging a rope, what do? Well, I've got this other thing here called a passport. It's just a color checker, but it's got some different little swatches on it, and it's got rulers. It's got enough detail on it that when I zoom in on this thing and focus, I can see exactly whether or not this fine detail is in focus. And I'll put it right at the same plane as my eyes, right here. And now what I'll do is go over to the camera, and I'll show you what this looks like, and I'll go make sure that I've got focus right where this is. All right, so I'm looking at the camera here, and you can see that color chart's there, but it's a little bit blurry. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab the focus ring right here and very slowly pull it, and keep going, keep going. It's getting in focus. And I've got my camera set up to show me sort of these green stripes whenever an area is in focus. And that's what I've got right now. And I can move this over a little bit. Giant finger there. All right, you see how that outline and parts of the middle of the color chart are all green? That means it is perfectly in focus. So when I go back to record, I know that when my eyes are lined up with that color chart, you see all the green in the picture, that means my eyes will be completely in focus and won't be blurry. And now when I come back over, I can just move this out of my way, toes on the line, look up a little bit, and my eyes are perfectly in focus. This is the easiest and I've found the most accurate way to get good focus on yourself without having to be behind the camera. If you've got other ideas or ways that you've gotten focus that work reliably for you without much fuss, then mention those in the comments. Let us know how you've been getting focus on your own videos, and if you've got suggestions that might help someone else. Thanks for watching Sequel Theater. We'll see you next time.